Hi everyone. I say everyone, there's no one watching yet, so it's just me talking to myself and an empty room, which is a little bit bizarre, but hi, I'm Megan. For those who haven't met me before, I am one half of Digital Hammurabi. The other half is my wonderful husband who is at work right now. So it's just me. I've not done this by myself before. It's a little bit weird. So I normally sit there and I'm used to Josh being here so that I have someone to talk to, which is very, very, oh, we have 2 people. Hi, 2 people, 3 people. Wow. Hello, everyone. I was not expecting this many people. Even if it's only 3, I was not expecting you. So hello. This is a bit random. We are taking the week off doing videos because we had a hell of a week last week. It was a good week, but it was a really busy week and culminated on Thursday when Josh and I went for my green card interview. You might be able to tell by the accent, I'm not an American citizen. I'm British and I'm in the US on a student visa because I'm a PhD student. But the visa obviously only covers my stay in the US until I graduate, and I'll be graduating relatively soon. And I'd rather not be deported away from my husband and children. So we decided we should fix that and get me a green card, which is a long and arduous process. So yes, we had our interview on Thursday. And because of all the preparation I had to do for that, I had absolutely no time to prep videos for this week. So we don't have anything to upload. I'm really, really sorry. So this is a really random, weird apology video. Oh, HNIW is saying that they've been waiting their whole life for some Sumerian lessons. I'm really glad to help. Well, I say me, Josh is helping because Josh teaches Sumerian, but that's awesome. Sumerian is a wonderful language and I highly approve of anyone learning it because, yeah, it's awesome. And nothing to do with aliens. And the more people who learn to read Sumerian, the more people will realize that it is nothing to do with aliens. So, good job. Right, so last week ended up being a little insane, so we have nothing to upload this week. We also did 2 live streams over the weekend, which is a little exhausting. Awesome, lots of fun, but exhausting. So yes, Josh was going to try and pull together some Hebrew language videos to upload this week, and I basically told him he wasn't allowed to because he needs some sleep. He needs a lot of sleep. Yes, so no videos, just me talking because who doesn't want to see that? Beej, hello Beej. Jokobu, will you be streaming next weekend? Also, good luck with your green card. Thank you. I should hear back about the green card within the next few weeks, I hope. We will be streaming on Saturday. We're planning on doing it as a book club. So we will be here and I need to make an event for that actually so people know that we're doing it. But yes, we're planning on being here and doing more Gilgamesh. Yeah, we are reading Gilgamesh, so we'll do some more of that, which is, I think it's exciting. I enjoy it. Sorry, I keep looking at the baby monitor. Oliver is in his crib because if I had him right here, he'd be shouting really loudly. So you'd hear nothing I was saying and lots of what my 9-month-old was saying. And he's very verbose, but doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes. So I thought I'd leave him in bed. But he's like throwing things out of the crib, which is pretty funny to watch, if we're honest. So yes, for those just joining us, this is me apologizing because we don't have any videos to upload for you this week. However, having said that, Josh will be on Skylar's show tonight I think doing more Bible study. So if you've been following Josh and Skylar doing Bible study, they'll be back. If you haven't, then I'd check it out. Skylar's really entertaining and very interesting, and Josh can read Hebrew. So you put those things together, you have a pretty good Bible study going on. And also tomorrow we are both going to be on the Non Sequitur show doing an episode on ancient letters, which are like my favorite things in the whole world. They're absolutely amazing and fascinating and sometimes hilarious. The last time I was on, I was talking to Kyle. He asked what my favorite ancient text is, and I said one of them is a letter. Sorry, I'm just getting a link to Skylar's channel. One of them is a letter that basically said, "The rats you sent me last month were delicious. Please send me some more," which is not what you expect to see in an ancient letter. But apparently rats are delicious, and this guy really wanted some more. So Kyle and Steve asked if we could do a whole episode on letters, and I said yes, because they're amazing. So we'll be doing that on Tuesday. So even though we're not uploading anything, there will still be Megan and Josh on the internet. So, oh, someone is asking, how can we teach them to DIY a cuneiform clay tablet? That would be super cool. Yes, we can do that. We will need... I might ask Dr. Reed if he could do that with us as well. If you missed Dr. Reed, he's a friend of ours from school, and he's a Hebrew Bible student. Well, no, Hebrew Bible doctor, because he graduated now. But he makes the most fantastic cuneiform tablets. He made us one, actually. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. We can definitely do that. I will write it down on my list of videos to do. Oh, we have lots of people. Hello, everybody. Hello, it's nice to see you all. This is me apologizing. We have no videos to upload this week because last week was crazy and insane and involved me having a green card interview. And the interview, good God, that was a trial. The actual interview was great. The woman was very nice, very friendly, asked us questions like, what's your spouse's birth date? What does your spouse do for work? What are your spouse's parents' names? Which, being actually married, we could answer with relative ease. But we waited in the little waiting room for 3 hours. And we hadn't had breakfast, which is, that's a problem. 3 hours and no breakfast. 3 hours, no breakfast, and a cranky 9-month-old baby, because we didn't have a sitter, so Oliver came with us. And much as I love my son, he's only 9 months old, and sitting in a waiting room for 3 hours is not high on his list of talents. So that was interesting. But it's done, and I don't have to do it again, which is nice, because I don't really want to do that again. Yes, so Skylar's show tonight. Josh will be there. I've put the link in the side chat, and then we'll be on the non-sec show on Tuesday, talking about letters, which are amazing. And John Kobu is adding a link. Yes, I should put the Etsy link for Dr. Peterson, because he's amazing, and he actually makes cuneiform tablets and sells them. Sorry, I'm finding the text so that I can share it. There we go. Ancient text, modern tablet. Highly, highly recommended. He has some excellent sayings and all that kind of thing. Ooh. Apparently, I'm not allowed to post the shop link. That's bizarre. Let's try that one again. Okay, that should work. It worked. It didn't work. It did work. Excellent. And maybe some everyday conversational Sumerian. How about language revival? That is a little bit outside of our expertise. Neither of us really work on on conversational Sumerian, partly because there's not an awful lot of it in tablets. I say that, and I'm probably wrong. I'll ask Josh if that's something he could do. It's not something I'd be able to do, but he might be able to. I place great faith in my husband's abilities to teach anything about Sumerian, so I'm going to have to go and get the baby because he's shouting at me. Let's see. Maybe he'll quieten down. He's learned how to pull up on the crib, so he's like standing there staring, being very, very upset because no one's coming to play with him. But his sisters will be home soon, so they can play with him. All right. I should point out that ordinarily I play with him, but right now I'm talking to you guys. So he's not neglected or anything. He is possibly the most doted upon child in Southern Maryland. And that's saying something. Yes. Anyway, I also wanted to say kind of a massive thank you. I was listening to the radio this morning. I listened to BBC Radio 4 because that's just the kind of person I am. And they had a program about PhDs and PhD students and how one gets work after one completes a PhD. And they had some pretty scary statistics. And I know you can make statistics say almost anything you want to, but these particular statistics fit with what I know about the job market and people getting PhDs. And I won't give you the actual statistics, mainly because I can't remember them, but it was talking about how many PhD students there are, especially PhD students in the humanities, how many academic jobs there are for those students once they graduate, and how many of the students actually believe they will get an academic position when they finish schooling. The numbers are not in our favor. And I mean, we all know that going in. My professors were very upfront with me when I interviewed. They asked, Megan, what do you want to do when you graduate? And I say, oh, I'd like to be a professor. And they said, well, I'm not going to lie to you, that's going to be really, really difficult. And the radio show I was listening to actually described it as a Ponzi scheme, which I've not heard that particular comparison before, but it's not too far off. I mean, everyone knows there isn't enough work, and yet we keep kind of just doing the same thing we've been doing for the past several hundred years. So what I wanted to say was thank you to the people who watch what we're doing and enjoy the videos that we're putting out, because Josh has left academia for personal reasons. We can't move to find him work. And because there are like 5 assyriological positions that come up every 4 years, we would have to move, and we can't. So we kind of accepted that ship had sailed, and he's got work elsewhere. And again, because we can't move, I probably won't be getting a traditionally academic job when I graduate. But this YouTube channel actually lets the both of us spend time doing what we love and what we're trained for. We obviously don't really get paid for it, but you don't go into academia necessarily to become very rich and famous. You do it because you love the subject matter and because you think it's important to learn about the past and then to teach others about the past. That's not to say that I think academics should not be paid well, because you spend a lot of time and money getting this level of education, and then it's, well, you, like everyone else, drown in student debt. But we are both very grateful that we are financially stable and also have this outlet for our academic creativity, maybe. Not sure if academia counts as creativity. I think it's creativity, so we're going to go with academic creativity. And we wouldn't be doing it without you, quite seriously. If I think the Godless Iowan hadn't suggested on the Non Sequitur show that we should start our own YouTube channel, it would never have occurred to either of us. Absolutely not in 100 million years. And Josh is so much happier since starting this because he's teaching and he loves teaching, and it's wonderful. So thank you all very, very much. People saying thank you. Both are just, we love what we do. And having the opportunity to do it is very, very special. So thank you. And actually, that's all I wanted to say. I don't have anything else for you, apart from a very heartfelt apology that we're taking this week off. But like I said, I'm making my husband sleep this week, which is a very difficult thing to do. The man does not like to rest at all, ever. Despite having a neurological condition that makes him fatigued all the time, which makes zero sense to me. But if he's not working, he's not really happy. So Beej says, I can make Sumerian beards. That's a great idea. We should just make and sell digital Hammurabi Anunnaki beards and fund ourselves. That would be amazing. That's actually not a bad idea at all. That could be a new Patreon tier. Get your own handmade Anunnaki beard. Hooray. If you're watching, hi, nice to see you all. Hello, Shannon. Shannon just arrived. If you would like, that would be really, really helpful. Like and subscribe. Every little helps, quite literally. We have our first customer for the Anunnaki beards, John Kobu. There we go. I will make Anunnaki beards when I finish my PhD. It will be the strangest career move I think anyone has ever made. And I'm okay with that. So, like I said, that's kind of it from, I don't have anything else. If you have questions or comments, go for it. People are Yoboots1 saying thank you. It's great to have an academic resource for those who didn't end up in academia. You are welcome. And that's part of the reason why we did this, because unless you've gone to school for this, you don't know what the sources are, where to find them, who is totally crazy when they make arguments and publish books, who is reasonable but horribly out of date. You don't know, which is a really weird way to do it, to be very honest. I think academia and the whole process should be a lot more transparent, because that would greatly aid in the fight against things like ancient aliens, and just give people access to knowledge that they really should be able to get. One of my own personal issues with academia, and it's not even academia, it's with the academic presses, is that you sell an academic manuscript, you don't get a lot of money as an academic author. It's not a money spinner. But the books are so horribly expensive that no one buys them outside of university libraries, because no one can afford them. So there's all of this fantastic knowledge and really interesting theoretical information and ideas that you can't get to unless you have an academic library that you can go to, which is ridiculous. It's actually insane. I don't understand it, and I don't even know if there's some reason why these books are so expensive, or if it's just it's the way it's always been, and we have to somehow make ourselves seem worthwhile and valid. And one of the ways we can do that is by charging an arm and a leg for our publications. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. HNIW is saying you could design custom foundation stele in Egyptian, Sumerian, and Akkadian. That would actually be really, really cool. I'd enjoy that. And I think once my dissertation is done, so the problem that I have at the moment, and if you ever see me on a live stream looking a little bit stressed, I feel like I'm kind of pulled in 5 different directions at the moment. I have, oh, that's true. John Kobu was saying the Chicago Assyrian Dictionary is free, at least. It is. And actually, I should add that link onto all of our video descriptions so people can find it, because it's free and it's fantastic. But if I ever look stressed, it's quite difficult to focus. I really need to finish my dissertation so I can graduate. Because I don't want to be a student forever and ever. It's quite stressful. I love my work, but I don't feel that I have enough time to really dedicate to it, because I'm also raising 3 children and now running a YouTube channel. So I would at some point soon like to graduate. And then once I've done that, I feel that I can really throw myself into this, because I won't be having to dedicate several hours a day writing. Excuse me. And I'll be able to come up with all these awesome videos, and I have so many ideas. Like, my brain is exploding with video ideas right now, and I can't do any of them because there just aren't enough hours in the day. Unfortunately, I would like for there to be more hours. That would be amazing. Beach says she would also like an Anunnaki beard. Christy Santiago says that strange is her type. I am with you there. Ooh, John Kobu started his Akkadian lecture at university. That's really cool. Is it history or language or what? That's awesome. That's really awesome. Dirk buys his Anunnaki beards from the aliens. Well, see, Dirk, not everyone has the connections that you do. I can't buy my beard from the aliens because they won't talk to me, mainly because I tell them that they don't exist. Deborah is saying, thank you, Josh and Megan. Yes, you're welcome. And it's really nice of everyone to say thank you, but really, we just appreciate so much the interest and the support that we get from all of you guys. It makes it just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. People saying university is really expensive. Yeah, just in this side chat, people are talking about buying academic publications and how horribly expensive it is, and it really is. And the problem with that is that it means that even if you do end up at a university, there's no guarantee that they'll have all of the books you need, because if it's a small, underfunded institution, they're not going to spend money on Akkadian textbooks. Probably. Maybe some seminaries might, but it's not exactly like breaking down the doors for students to come and study Akkadian. Oh, John Kobu is Introduction into Akkadian and Cuneiform lecture. That's cool. That's awesome. Oh, that's so exciting. I remember my first Akkadian and Cuneiform lecture years and years ago, but that's super cool. See, I love it. I love seeing that people are actually doing this in their own lives. It's not just me sitting in my bedroom being a crazy person. Although I am a little bit of a crazy person. Yes. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. My apologies. 25 people watching. Wow. Hello. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that so many people want to watch me talk in an empty bedroom. Again, it's weird not having Josh here to talk with me, but he is at school. I'm going to be right back. I have to go and grab Oliver because he's getting very upset with me. So I'll be like 1 second, and then there'll be a very small child that you can look at, and he's fun. Ta-da! It's Oliver. Okay, we have a question. Yo Boots 1, random question. Is there a difference between Shadu and Lamassu? I would actually have to look that up in the dictionaries. I honestly don't know. I'm not familiar with Shadu. Hi, I don't think I have my dictionary on this computer either. Oh, that's a pain. Let me see if I can find it, because if I can answer that right now, that would be useful. It's entirely possible that one is the Sumerian terminology, and one is the Akkadian terminology. Oh, actually, you know what? I have a dictionary down here. Somewhere. There we go. I have the concise dictionary of Akkadian. Hello, Iron Charioteer. We're having a random impromptu live stream where I apologize because we're awful YouTubers and there is no video this week. Oh, while I have people here, can you tell me what you're thinking, how you feel about the videos, the format we've been doing recently where we summarize literature, like academic literature for people? Because it's I'm enjoying it because it means I get to reread books that I read a long time ago and actually spend my time with them. But I want to make sure that you guys are enjoying them as well, because if you're not enjoying them, there's not a lot of point in doing them. Oliver's going to eat my necklace now. Let's see. Shadu. Okay, so here Shadu is defined as a protective deity, often used with the word Lamassu. So they look like they're synonyms. Yo Boots 1. Lamassu is the name that I most normally associate with the big winged bull men. But it looks like Shadu is an acceptable synonym as well. Let me see how this defines Lamassu, just to be extra geeky. This is the book I'm using, by the way. A Concise Dictionary of Akkadian. If you don't feel like downloading all of the PDFs of the Chicago Assyrian Dictionary, this is a good second option. Also great if you just prefer having a physical book. People saying they're liking, excellent, they're liking the videos. That is good news. Thank you very much. Lamassu. So this is defining Lamassu just as a god or a goddess, but also protective deity. So yeah, Lamassu and Shadu do seem to be synonymous. Why is Oliver wearing headgear? Oliver has a flat spot right here. Apparently since the whole putting babies on their back for sleeping thing started, because it protects against SIDS. If babies like stay in the same position because their heads are so soft, they develop flat spots. So he has a flat spot. You probably shouldn't eat that, baby. Excuse me. Thank you. He has a flat spot So the helmet, what it does is it puts a, not pressure, but it holds like here and here, which are the nice round bits of his head, and then makes what it means that when his head grows, it has to grow into the flat bit. So he's had it for a month and a half. He probably has another month and a half of wear, and then he'll be done. We were pretty lucky. His wasn't terribly severe. It's largely a cosmetic thing, but it can also affect things like how eyeglasses fit and safety helmets and all that kind of stuff. Let's see what people are saying. Oh, the Met. So Yo Boots one is talking about the Lamarsu at the Met Museum, which are absolutely gorgeous. I love those things. They're so cool. Absolutely. I have a great photo of Josh actually next to one of the British Museum ones that I should put online. Let's see. You should make him I should make Oliver a tinfoil hat for his helmet the next time we do a stitch and stream. That would be good. I would like that. I think he'd probably try and eat it though. Christy, he is perfect. Thank you. I think he's wonderful. He's learning how to give kisses at the moment, which is very exciting. Because it means that he just kind of opens his mouth and does this. And he's got teeth on his bottom jaw now. So when he does that, he also bites me in the chin or in the nose, which is a new and exciting adventure for all of us. Hi, you can have that bit, but I don't want you eating the other bit because if the pearl falls off, it will choke you. I'm not a massive fan of choking my son. I also, there was some, actually, while I have people here, I'm just going to use this as an impromptu focus group. Why not? Why not? We don't get to do this very often. Oh, Oliver, look, it's you. You've got milk on your face. Why do you have milk on your face? So one of the things that I wanted to do... Oh, bye, Bastian. It was lovely to see you. Sorry, that's Josh calling. I'm going to tell him that I'm live streaming. Ha, ha, ha. Joshua, I am in the middle of a live stream. It's all good. It's me talking to a room of awesome people. I will. I love you. Bye. Josh says hello to everybody. Bastian, you are so welcome. Thank you for joining us. So one of the things that I wanted to try and do back when we very first started the channel was to try and do like a live stream museum tour, or maybe not a live stream, but video and museum tour where we go around Near Eastern collections in museums, and Josh and I give commentary and show you the awesome collections people have. And I tried to do one in the Walters Museum in Baltimore because they have quite a nice little thank you. They have quite a nice little ancient Near Eastern collection. And I emailed the museum and asked for permission ahead of time because I have a gimbal, which is like a stabilizer thing for my phone. Because all the museums say you can't use a selfie stick, and a gimbal is not a selfie stick. It's not. So I said, I've got this piece of equipment. Can I come in and use it? And I was told I could, but then 8 different security guards stopped me and told me that I couldn't use it because it looks like a selfie stick. And I ended up basically leaving very, very, very upset. And I've spoken to the woman again, and she since basically said I can come back. She will walk around with me. Apparently the issue with selfie sticks is that people walk into things because they're looking at the screen and they're not looking at where they're going, which I can understand. That's a problem in a museum or in an art gallery. The difference is with the gimbal that I'm filming in the direction I'm moving. So I'm looking at where I'm going. I'm just filming it at the same time. But is that something, if I can get the appropriate permissions, if I can work it out, would that kind of thing be interesting to people? Joan is saying that that would be something she'd like. Robbie would also like a tour. Okay. That might be like a long-term goal that will require not having a 9-month-old who goes everywhere with me. Hi, we're talking about you. Yes, we are. Okay, I'll work on that then. It might take... What? You're fine. Again, it might take a while, but I will work on that. Okay, cool. Yo Boots one, the videos are great. Like you mentioned before, it's hard to get good information on what's current in the research and what's considered crazy. It's really difficult. It really is. And the problem is because of what is freely available is old and out of date and from like the 1800s. which is great and foundational scholarship in our field. But so much has changed since the 1800s because new sites have been excavated and new research has happened, and things like racism and misogyny have opened the field up, or fighting racism and misogyny have, you can't eat that bit, honey, have opened the field up to new and exciting research. So Christopher Schroeder, Oliver would make a great producer. He would. Unfortunately, he'd also eat everything, as he's ably demonstrating now. He would eat all of the things, wouldn't you? Yes. Hi. This is very, very exciting for him. Okay, good. So yes to tours. Yeah, the available publications are old. They're either old or I find a lot of the general knowledge books, the popular books, tend to be, I don't know, they're good, but they don't tend to be published in great numbers. So you have a few books that people can easily get hold of, but the vast majority of scholarship is locked behind an academic paywall. Christy Santiago, wish I lived closer. I'm a baby magnet and adore babysitting. I'd watch all three so you two could do all of those things. That would be amazing. I mean, I don't know where you live, but you should just move here and I can leave my children with you because they're adorable and you'd have lots of fun. And then Josh and I could go and just educate the world. It'd be great. Wouldn't it? You'd like to play with Christy, wouldn't you? Yeah. Good job. Well done. He's very happy. He had his first flu shot today, which was a little traumatic. But he's recovered nicely. Also, today, can you let go? Look, he is a dinosaur today. Ta-da! Sorry, I am a crazy parent. I like having children. They make me happy. And I kind of assume that my children make everyone else happy too. Sorry. I know that that's not really the case. No, you can't have that, but we've discussed this. We've discussed this before. That's not a good idea. So we have video ideas. Oh, Tampa. That's a little too far for babysitting, unfortunately. So people want a DIY cuneiform tablet. Andreas, but what do you call old in your field? You mean scholarship-wise? Anything, I'd say before, and this is a very subjective opinion, anything before like the 1980s, and even the 1980s are probably pushing it. So yes, Christopher, we're about 2 hours south of DC. So he's adorable. Hi. You have quite the fan club, sir. You do. And who can blame them? So, video on how to make cuneiform tablets, videos on museum tours, how to cook delicious rats. I'm trying to find the letter, the letter that talks about how delicious rats are to read tomorrow on the Non-Secretary Show. I've got emails out because I can't find my notes from that year of Acadian. So I've got an email out to a friend of ours asking for the reference so I can look it up. So tours of museums, we can do that. Hi. I also really want to do like a Digital Hammurabi Kids channel. We have an awful lot of sex and swearing and that kind of thing. But I'm toying with whether to do it like animated or if to have just like me talking. I think animation would probably be better, but that would require a lot of time. Oh, Josh. Hello, Josh. Josh knows where the delicious rat letter is. Shouldn't you be driving home, sir? Keep your eyes on the road. Magic Math Pagan, ripping on Ancient Alien episodes. Actually, I do want to do one of those. I watched the Göbekli Tepe episode in preparation for our interview with Jens Nokroff, and was like shouting at the TV screen as I watched it. And I think doing doing a video where I just like pause and tell you all the things that are wrong with that sentence would be a really good idea. So we'll do that. See, I need to graduate and then I'll have all of the time in the world to do all of these fantastic videos. Yoboots one, any museums you like that have good Assyrian Sumerian collections? I like the Met very much, and the British Museum. Obviously, I think it's like in my my contract as a British citizen, I have to love the British Museum. No, the British Museum has a great collection of Mesopotamian stuff. The Met is good. Oh, Yoboots one, please don't apologize for the questions. Questions are great. Questions is why we do this stuff. Where else? Those are the two big ones for me, and that's mainly because that I've spent so much time in America and in the UK. I do want to go to the Baghdad Museum because I can see that being an absolutely incredible collection. Yes, this is Pond. Pond has come to join us. That is his throne of magnificence. He's a very high opinion of himself. Hi. Yes, you eat that necklace. Sorry, I think I missed another question. No, I don't think I did. Deborah McMillan would also like to hear our take on the Göbekli Tepe ancient alien video. I can do that. I can definitely do that. Again, there's all this stuff that I want to do. Hi, and we don't have enough time. Mainly because of dissertations and because you, little boy, are not sleeping a lot at the moment, are you? So when I wake up, I'm a mild form of zombie. It's not pretty. It's really not pretty. Hi. Yeah, he's so adorable though. We have to forgive him. Christopher likes the idea of Digital Hammurabi Kids. So does Christy Santiago. Okay. Do you think that like an animated thing would be a good idea for that? Or I did toy with the idea of doing not like Sesame Street, but having a puppet. I really wanted to do like a Lamassu puppet, but I thought that would probably be a little bit intense and possibly scary. Yeah, so we need a Digital Hammurabi Kids. You can be my my test subject for that. You and your sisters. I can play videos on ancient Mesopotamia. Christy Santiago, kitty cats are actual gods. They think they are. They definitely think they are. Oh, Stargate. Okay. Stargate TV on YouTube. I'm not sure my blood pressure would allow me to watch that. We might have to do let Josh do that one. He's much more patient. Christopher Schroeder, being animated would be good, but I wouldn't let that hold you back. John Kobu, how long does the animation take? Probably easier. Yeah, I don't know. See, this is the thing. We have some animation software that I've played around with, but I haven't spent a considerable amount of time with it. I don't know, we probably wouldn't, if we did animation, it probably wouldn't be the same upload schedule that we do for Digital Hammurabi, or we'd have to modify both of them. Hi, so they upload regularly, but not like the 3-day that we've been doing. Too big, too precise, too far away, and too mysterious. Aliens. Yes. Yep, that seems to be how it goes. Honey, you can't have that one. I know you want it. I know. He's very upset with me because I won't. Oh, hi. Are we hungry? What's going on? Do you need some milk? Yeah. Okay. So I do really like the idea of doing a kids show. The kids show thing actually came about because our 11-year-old has Mesopotamia and social studies this year, which is really cool because I didn't do Mesopotamia at all until I got to college. I didn't even know what Mesopotamia was until I got to college. And then I did ancient history, and it was a combination of classics, Egyptology, and Assyriology. And actually, the whole reason I ended up in Assyriology was because I wanted to be a classicist. You can't, if you move too far, honey, you will get blocked. You have to keep your head. Yeah, I know. You have to keep your head in front of the boob. There we go. yeah, so I wanted to be a classicist, and in my third year of undergraduate study, we did a dissertation, and the guy I was given as a dissertation advisor basically said, I mean, you can do classics, but Assyriology, I mean, he was an Assyriologist, so he was biased, but he says you can do Assyriology because there's all of this fantastic literature and there's new stuff being discovered. The problem with classics is that there's probably not a whole lot new to be discovered out there, and we're still digging up half of Iraq, so it was a good move, I think. I enjoyed it. I was very pleased. Puppets are amazing, not scary. As a kid, I adored puppets. Just not marionette dolls. Yeah, I think a puppet might be, I might be a good idea, actually. I like puppets too. Yeah, so I had some Greece and Rome in high school. I had more Egyptian we did Egyptian in elementary school, but then the rest of it was like British history. Although, conveniently enough, they left out the whole empire colonialization part of things. I didn't know that America started out as a British colony or a collection of British colonies until an American told me, actually, when I was 16 or 17. And I was like, whoa, no one told me that. That may have just been me not paying enough attention in school, but that was excuse me, that was a bit of a revelation. Yeah, fun times. Thank you all for joining me. Oh, we have 2 dislikes. I'm sorry. This was advertised as an informal interview, so we'll live somehow. Hi. Yeah, good job. What? He's very sad. Why are we sad? Were you not finished? He's been doing this thing. Sorry, this is kind of morphed into a discussion of my son's eating habits. He does this thing where he'll stop eating and look around the room and then start eating again, and it lasts for 20 minutes, and I'm like, I don't have 20 minutes just to sit here while you decide whether or not you're done eating, sweetheart. So then I stop, and he gets really, really pissed. Andreas H., I think every country teaches his own history. Yeah, I think you're right. I can't remember most of the British history that I was taught. But we definitely did it. Christopher Schroeder, I like the fact that you aren't letting being parents keep you from doing this. Oh, thank you. I like that too. I love being a parent, but I definitely need something a little bit more mentally stimulating at times, and this really, really helps. Christy Santiago, who the heck would dislike this channel? Ah, thank you. I don't know. Crazy people. Maybe they're the aliens. Maybe they're the aliens. Beej, I wonder if the Turtle and the Anzi Bird story would make a good illustrated kids book. It probably would. And there is, I think there's a Gilgamesh kids book. I think a friend in school gave it to their niece or nephew or something. I do think there is one, but no, Mesopotamian mythology is great for kids' books. Honey, what did I say about you keeping your head in front of my boobs? Thank you. There are some fantastic ideas for kids' books in a lot of Mesopotamian myth. Of course, some of it is full of sex and violence, so you have to modify that slightly. But the Turtle and the Anzu Bird, definitely fantastic. Oh, Josh saying, Josh, concentrate on the road, man. Josh said he found more Torah codes today. That's exciting. That disproves the existence of aliens. I think our daughter just got home from school. Hey, honey. She did, but she can't hear me. She'll be back. He did, so Christopher, he did find a Torah code saying that he is Enlil. So not only is he the Messiah, but he's also Enlil. Turnsoul 80, there's probably some videos that you could make on doing a doctorate and raising new kids at the same time. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's both a labor of love and or insanity. And it's actually difficult because no one talks about parenting or even like marriage and relationships. I was reading an article about this last week, and the toll that doing a PhD takes on your personal life. It's insane and ridiculous, and just no one talks about it. It goes hand in hand with the mental health of grad students as well. And I know so many grad students who are in counselling or on some kind of medication or just struggling through horrific mental health issues, because the workload and you're kind of frowned on if you take breaks. You're not supposed to take breaks if you're a grad student. You should just keep going. If you're done, then keep eating, silly. Sorry, everyone. If you're a grad student, you should just keep going until you graduate. And after you graduate, then you can go and get a job. And if you're really lucky, find a partner who will follow you around the world while you try and find work. It's quite tricky raising kids and having a successful marriage and also feeling like a successful grad student. I don't feel like a successful grad student. I've made the decision to put my family before my work, and no one has said anything to me about it, and no one ever will, because my department isn't like that. But I feel like I'm somehow a less serious scholar because of it. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. John Kobu is asking if I am also the Messiah. I am the Messiah. Not backed up by Torah codes as far as I'm aware, but yes. Yes, I am the Messiah. Yoboots1, when you switched to Mesopotamia from classics, was there a specific order of languages to learn? An older article mentioned it might be useful to start, used to be standard to start with Hebrew or Aramean. I don't know. I just, so I never took any Greek or Latin. I just did straight history. And I just, for the languages, I started Sumerian and Akkadian at the same time, because that's how my university offered it. And that was, I didn't do that as an undergrad, I did that as a master's student. I did a year of Sumerian and Akkadian and then graduated and came and did my PhD. Hebrew is, well, it's a Semitic language, so it's related quite closely to Akkadian. So learning the two in conjunction, or if you have knowledge of one, it makes sense to learn the other as well. So I can definitely see that. I've not heard of the Aramean connection. That's probably something Josh would be better qualified to talk on. Doorknob Head, where is the parenting manual? I don't know. I could write a digital Hammurabi parenting manual. That would be interesting. They should give you the manual. I would love a parenting manual. Sorry, I'm reading comments. There we go. Well, thank you everyone for joining me. I should probably go because I have to get our youngest. I've got to love a good Life of Brian reference. Joshua Aaron Bowen, stop commenting on your wife's hotness and drive, man. Also, I love you. I'm going to have to go because I need to get my daughter from the bus in about 5 minutes. But thank you all for coming. And we have 36 people watching. This is awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Joining us. I guess me and Oliver, I count as us. It's really awesome to have you all here. If you could hit the like button. What is that noise? If you could hit the like button, that would be very much appreciated. Oh, ergo cognita. No, a good Life of Brian reference is always appreciated. Always appreciated. And normally recognized quite quickly in this household. So please do not worry about it. Can you say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. No, we're not doing that today. We're going to sulk. But it was wonderful, absolutely wonderful to see everybody and to talk to you. And this was actually really useful for me to bounce some ideas off people. So thank you very much. And like I said, Josh will be on Skylar's show tonight. We will both be on the Non Sequitur show on Tuesday. And then live streaming returns as normal next weekend. So thank you all. Goodbye. Mwah. Have a lovely week.